Good afternoon, Professor. This is Jonathan Cabrera with my Unit 1 assignment submission onto YouTube. So inside the Word document providing your Unit 1 assignment, there was 8 different exercises. So I kind of pregame this. I've got, just to let you know, record macros and then the Basic Editor up top on my quick toolbar just to help me out through this instead of going through Developer tab every single time. But inside exercise 1, you wanted to record a macro. So to do this, what I did was I created just random text. So exercise 1 by Jonathan Cabrera, blah blah blah. So what I do here is highlight this text. I'm going to go into record a macro. I'm going to name this guy bold and align left. I've got the underscores instead of spaces just because it throws that error for having any spaces in there. For the description, just bold and aligns selected text to the left. Then I hit OK. So as far as my actions as I'm recording it, I'm just going to bold. Then I'm going to hit the align left, and then I'll go back up to the top, and then hit stop recording. So there's my first macro that's built. We can see that by opening up the macros toolbar. So right here, bold and align left. Now the second one, it talks about building a macro or the exercise 2 is a macro that moves the insertion point, which is the blinking line right there, up 3 lines. So it would go up to exercise 1. To do this, I would do the exact same thing. I'm just going to go to record macro. I'm going to name this one move insertion point. And then down in description, I'm just going to go move insertion point up 3 lines. Then OK. And then as it's recording, 1, 2, 3, and then stop. Now just double check these and make sure they work. I'll set it up to its previous condition. So I like this. I'm going to go into macros. I'm going to go bold and line left, run. So hey, it did that. Now I'll drop it here. Macros, move insertion point, run. And there it goes right up to the top. So again, coming back to a reset status, we're going to take a look at exercise 3. So exercise 3 is going to be to a line or assign a macro to a button. So in this case, I'm going to drop a button within our ribbon up here. So to do that, I'm just going to go and right click and customize the ribbon. Down in the left, popular commands. Sorry for these random Google extension pop-ups. I'm going to go down to the choose commands from macros. Then what I want to do is I want to drop into the home. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to create a new group. I'm going to rename this guy. I'm just going to name it quick macros. I'm not going to select any kind of symbol or anything just yet. So named it quick macros. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the left side, and what I want to do is select the move insertion one. Or this one, actually, I'm just going to do the bold and line. So we'll add it right here. Now I want to go to rename to make this something simpler. So within it, I'm just going to use this symbol right here, kind of looking like a shift left deal. And then I'm going to change the display name to bold align left. Hit OK. So here it's updated. So now we should see a button within our toolbar ribbon up here. So at that point, all I do is hit OK. Now, if I go back into home and I look right here at the end of my ribbon is going to be the bold and align left macro. So select this, we're gonna hit that. Hey, it does what exactly it's supposed to do. So exercise 4, after resetting this, calls for us to assign or a macro assign an existing macro to a new quick access toolbar button. So with this one, I'm going to go back up to my toolbar. I'll right click. Then I'm going to go to customize quick access toolbar. I'll go back down to macros on the left column. Then I'm going to highlight the move and insertion one here. I'm going to add it to the right. So, hey, now we should see it once I come out of this up top in the toolbar in the top left. I do want to modify this one a little bit, so I don't like the long name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this I just picked it for insertion. At that point, I'm going to change the display name to move insertion. I'm going to hit OK here, and then OK. So I've got the new one. So again, starting from the bottom, hit this guy, and then it brings the insertion pointer right up to the top as we wanted. So through exercise 5, what we're looking for is to run a macro. We can do it multiple ways. You saw that through the ribbon, I was able to select the text and then hit the button here, and then it did what the macro wanted, which is bold and align the text left. I also had the quick access toolbar up top where I use the insertion point to move the text up there. Another way that we could do it is I could just go and highlight and then hit the macros button here and say bold and align left, run, and hey, it does the same thing. So various ways that I can do all of this. So that meets exercise 5 requirement. Now, exercise 6, a little different. So we're going to use Visual Basic Editor to execute a macro. So I'll come up to my toolbar right up here. If I click inside project, should see my macros here in the normal. To run one of these, what I need to do is I need to be inside the subroutine. So in this case, I want to do bold and left and align left. So I'm just going to click in the subroutine. Then there's multiple ways I go up to run here. I could just hit the green arrow here to run it. So I run it, go back to Word. And let me reset this guy, try it again. So back to Visual Basic Editor, run the routine, go back to it. Sure enough, hey, it already set me up and did what the macro was supposed to do. So that meets exercise 6 requirements. So back in, resetting everything. Now, exercise 7 and 8, we're talking about deleting a macro and then restoring a macro. So to delete it, I want to get back into Visual Basic Editor. What I could do is just come here where I already had it. Other options would be just to repopulate into the toolbar, but I'll go here. To remove it, I'm just going to go into the project window. I'm going to right click. There's a spot right here to remove new macro, so which is the name of it. So what I want to do is I do want to export it because we're going to restore it inside exercise 8. So restore or select yes here. I'm going to drop into my unit 1 folder for this class. Save. Yeah. I practiced this before, so it's just going to replace the one I did earlier. So now it's gone. To get it back, so you can't see any macros under this normal area. To bring it back, what I'm going to want to do is import file, select the .bas, import it, then I'll double click, and sure enough, everything's back to normal. So I go back into Word, highlight this guy, go back into Visual Basic Editor, click here, and then run again, go back to Word, and it did exactly what I wanted. Thank you for taking the time to review my Unit 1 assignment. I hope it meets all the requirements of exercise 8. If it doesn't, please let me know, and I will reply back with a corrected item. Thank you and have a good weekend.